Well, there you are. Again, Charlie Greer podcast. I do this every day. Today. So, Delphi murders so far. Before we start, please like, share, subscribe. If you want to support the channel, the info is in the description for Zelle. Let's do this. So, the Delphi murders, what we know so far. Let's say a prayer for Abby and Libby, uh, their families, law enforcement, um, deep diving YouTubers that have kept this case alive. Spread the blessings and love. So, um, Richard Allen, everybody knows. I mean, but there's with the affidavit, they released that probable cause affidavit. There's someone else, Richard Allen. Then they claim there's this guy that it's all in black. And also at this CPS building or whatever that was called, there was people saw multiple cars. One that matched his, another was a purple PT Cruiser. Now, Tony Klein's mother owned a PT Cruiser at the time. See the link. It has to do something has to do with Anthony Shots. See, people are trying. They didn't mention it. See, there's something else going on here. I don't know what it is. I know that the Anthony Shot is somehow involved. Maybe they catfish the catfisher, hack the hacker. Who knows? But something is going on. My gut feeling even says something's going on. And they're saying that there was a clerical error on the FBI's part. Of course there was, man. People, if you don't understand that the times we're living in right now, forget about law enforcement, forget everything. It's cronyism, nepotism, favoritism. These people don't think they're doing anything crooked. You understand what I mean? You're not getting the best of the best. All right. Look at everybody's all puzzle gutted and fat. And come on, man. Like it looks like they got everybody looks sickly. They can't pass any fucking. I don't even know if a physical for not. They cannot do it. There's supposed to be like physicalities involved in law enforcement. Look at Tobe Lesby and then the new shirt. Look at these dudes. You think that they would come on? That's a sign. That's a tell. I hate to say it. It is, and it's everywhere. It's just not that little town. It's everywhere. It's not even law enforcement. It's everything. Okay. Everywhere you go to a local store, you go to this and that and the other, sports, foot, whatever it is, music, that's what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a below average. No, come on. They knew about Richard Allen, 5 years ago? Because of clerical error? Oh, I filed a piece of paper. Wouldn't the dude know? Like right a couple of days later, like, oh, wait a minute, I talked to a guy. He said he was dressed like that. He was this, blah, 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 blah. Wouldn't you think he would come forward and say something? No, he's because he's not thinking about, these people aren't even thinking about their work. They're thinking about what else they're going to do. They're just in a position, they're taking a paycheck. They're not trying to solve anything. That's why I'm worried about this case and other case. I mean, it's everywhere too. It's not just this little Delphi. It's all over. See, the world goes in patterns. And we're in a shit pattern. We're in like a creative dark ages. We're in a dark age, whether you want to believe it or not. And you'll see these uneducated, out of shape. Just listen to them talk. They can barely form a sentence. If someone is that out of shape, I'm not fat shaming, but if you're that fat and puzzle gutted, that's a tell. You're lazy. That's going to blend into everything in your life. People are out of shape nowadays. A lot of people. And this is the thing. They want us. The powers that be want us all fattened up. It's sad that people don't get it. It's sad. They could have solved this, man. Like Robert Ives, that's why he resigned, the ex prosecutor, because he knew you can't get through these people. These mouth breathing fools. That don't tell me. And there's nothing. They don't like to be told what to do. Even when you're at work. They're vindictive about everything. It's I, self, me. I, self, me. I guarantee you, when Richard Allen went to this, whoever he did, and told him, the guy was writing down the report, he was thinking about something else. Oh, I'm going to go play football. Pool with the boys and drink some beer. He was writing it down, but he wasn't thinking about it. That's why he forgot about it. He just filed it away like, Don't you think that he would have enough sense to have the foresight to keep his eye open about something like that? No. All through this case, that's like that. And unfortunately, all through like media and politics, it's the same shit. Don't you think they knew about the purple? Well, they knew about that purple PT Cruiser. Don't you think they knew that Tony Klein's mom owned a PT Cruiser? Come on. These people can't even play checkers, let alone chess. Shit. They're just worried about like probably petty crime, like drugs and stuff. But I feel for the families, man. I feel for these kids. It's a shit show. And I still, my first podcast, because I haven't talked about the Delphi in a while, I don't know if this will ever be solved. Because I don't believe a word they fucking say. I don't believe any of it. It just doesn't ring true to me. You know when things ring true? You're like, oh, okay, yeah. None of that. You have to think it through, like, well, maybe, possibly, because man, they're just shitting in our mouth and telling us it's chocolate ice cream. Now, I hate to be cursing, but I clicked that button that said it went for kids. So if you have any kids around, get them out of the room. I have an adult content podcast. So, warning, you're not listening to some milk toast. Another thing, some of these podcasters that are exactly the same. Out of shape, cowardly, there's something else going on behind the scenes. I've said this since day one. Something is going on. Forget about the Delphi. There's criminality going on within that. Well, everything. And I know I sound like a paranoid schizophrenic, but it's true. You don't have the best people in power. No. Because there's levels of power. So you got to put a certain narcissist in power. You don't have to tell them what to do. You don't tell them your plan because it's a pattern. They're vindictive. They're vengeful. They're dumb. They're lazy. Nothing will get done. Even try to like, hey, I need to get this. Now, don't you tell me. I mean, it's simple as that. Do you really think that Tobe or any of those guys, and I know that he was like, well, he's older now, this, that, and the other, or sheriff. Do you think that the sheriff could run a block? Do one pull-up? No. They're all sickly and alcoholics and all this other shit. Look like they go to tanning beds and shit. I feel for these families, man. And everybody around there that's doing anything, you have to be in these certain little groups. Look at your look at the sign, your town sign, those little badges that are on there. You got to be in that, man, unless you want to get anything done. And they only help each other out. They're too dumb to realize that's been a pattern throughout history. And every 300 to 400 years, the public figures it out and rounds them up. And we're due right now. We are due. And it's happening. They're too narcissistic. Like, nah, never be me. Come on, man, it is you. You be the first one they ground up. And I'm talking about like putting them in jail and stuff. A culling, if you will. Because something ain't right. They've got like a bullet, like Richard Allen supposedly left a bullet. If it was even Richard Allen, see, I mean, it's like, I think there's more people involved. He could be the fall guy. You remember that TV show, The Fall Guy? People don't even talk about this stuff anymore, but yeah, you use a fall. When you're in criminality, you set people up. Of course, you need someone that's been involved a little bit. And you have to hang them out to dry, man. I think that's what's happening. Yeah, I think he's a scumbag. I think Richard Allen's a scumbag. But I don't know. Something else is going on. I don't know what that is. I don't claim to know. I just know that like the pattern of life is definitely happening here, meaning people that are not qualified, who are physically not able, are in a position to empower. And it's sad. And people, man, are too insecure, and they know this too. People are too insecure with their own self. They'll follow the fool, man. It is the Stockholm syndrome. It's a thing. They'll just follow the most domineering personality because they're too insecure to speak up. And then people that are too insecure to speak up always claim to be really smart. Well, I would never be fooled. Well, you're the one that you are. You live a fool's life. I mean, that's all you've ever been is fooled. Well, you can't tell. Yeah. That's it's like that. Because it's just like and then everything's sealed, and this, that, and the other with the case. I'm talking about they're sealing gag orders, and all. Come on, man. Why would that be? Is this case in that little small town? So no. Other cases weren't gagged and sealed, and this, that, and the other. I mean, maybe for a little bit, but so they'll use every angle too. They'll just use it all, man. Um, Wait for more clerical errors. That shit will be thrown out in court. I'm telling you, man. There's stuff coming that it's going to piss people off. I made a ton of mistakes. Any defense lawyer that knows what he's doing is laughing right now. Like, this is going to be easy, and he's setting them up. He's playing possum. They're playing possum because they know that they've done these clerical errors. Well, you can't use that in court. Do you understand what I'm saying? Admissible evidence. People don't even know what they follow this case. They don't even understand law. It's going to happen. It's happening. Mark my word. This will never. I've said this from day one. I don't think this will be solved. I think they're like, well, yeah, unfortunately, this, that, and the other, and then they ruin people's lives. You don't even know who, what, where. This should have been solved. Robert Ives is totally right. 72 hours, they should have rounded up these people. Why would he say that? Why would he be so confident about that? Why would he retired, he resigned, but why would he say that? Because he knows the folios he's dealing with. He knows the outcomes. He has a little bit of foresight, and they probably wouldn't listen to him. Won't you tell me? He's probably thinking, are you kidding me? I'm resigning. I can't deal with this, man. And the FBI's like that. You see, this is people like, well, the FBI, they're supposed to be the best, but they're not, man. See, the FBI, you think they're coming from Washington or some other place? They're local. You hire within the local. Now, granted, you might bring people in, but it's the same thing. They're in the same groups. We're talking about these secret societies that people join to get ahead in life. They all do nefarious shit. I hate to fucking be the bearer of bad news, but they do. That's the world we're in. Law enforcement, come on, man. I mean, this is the thing. I'm pro law enforcement. I'm all for, hey, we need law enforcement, but not like these Mayberry kind of, gunted, puzzle gutted, out of shape. It's just it reminds me of watching like an old Western, like, I'm the sheriff. Yeah, you are. So all through history, real men have to step up and do some like horrible shit because stuff is about to happen. I mean, I don't know what it's going to be, but this isn't right. And I'm not even saying it has to do with just Delphi. It's all over. It's just that Delphi has like the magnifying glass on it right now and the spotlight of the world. And people know this, man. People know. And also, people will do stupid stuff. They'll cover their tracks by filing reports for, oh, dang, acting dumb. That's inadmissible shit. And they're like, they said they lost a fingerprint and then they lost a video from the gas station. They've made so many mistakes, shifting gears and, it's like the Three Stooges, it's like Curly Moe and shit. It's sad. Justice should have already been, and this is another thing. This is a moneymaker for them too. You know that, right? Longer they prolong this, the more money we need. See, we're looking into that case. Hey, they put so much money, and people have donated money, and this, and that, and the other. Don't you get it? But people behind the scenes, people a little bit. That's why they do it. They're narcissists. They're sociopaths. They'll never admit it. They'll blame you. They'll put it around. Well, you're the one that. They're mentally ill. And that's another, they'll use that as a, I was just about crazy. Hey, it's your problem. You should have known I was crazy. So look forward to more of that. That is coming. That their stuff going to be thrown out. And then they'll seal this and you won't know what happened. Of course, they need a fall guy. So matter of fact, they need to pay probably a few. They've ruined people's lives, man. Over just self-importance. Like, well, I'll see. We need an oversight committee to go through every town. It ain't going to happen, man. Where everybody's crooked. Yeah, it's all cronyism, nepotism, favoritism. Come on. Well, I played football with him, so we're in so-and-so group, and that's how it is. That's the game. And if you're blind. If you're living a fool's life if you don't believe that. It is the truth. There is no like, oh, the FBI. Man, the FBI is crooked. The first FBI person that came for when they did that raid on the Kleins, guess what? He got thrown off because he was covering for someone doing some stuff just like this, dealing with kids and stuff. Just because someone's an FBI, that don't mean shit, man. That's just a cover for them to. And then when you live in a crooked world, then everything is like that. There is no, well, no, see, come on. Look, there's some things I would wish I could say, but I'm being doxxed and I'm on YouTube. I can't say. But I know for a fact. I've been around powerful people, and my grandfather was a powerful person. And it blew my mind when I realized, what in the hell? There's literally guys out there, people, that police the bad people. Forget about the police. The police can't do certain things. As a matter of fact, if you watch Goodfellas, that mob movie, the guy, the mobster, the head mobster there in the movie, that's what when they break it down, that's his position. He policed the bad people. That's what you do. Of course, they're making money in this, that, and the other. But man, when you rob somebody, you're doing some crime, you can't go to the police. You got to go to like Big Tony or whoever the fuck. That's what we're dealing with. And it's not just in the mob. It's in every organization. It's kind of always been that way. There's always humans are just corrupt. Read the Bible. It talks about that. I mean, shit, every ancient book talks about it. Then every generation does the same mistakes. And arrogance. People are arrogant. They're like, not me. I would never make a mistake. Well, yeah, that's all you do is make mistakes. It defines you. Not me. Yeah, you. But they'll never, again, there's other things. I don't know. I think there's a bigger sting operation going on that involves people behind the scenes. Some kind of federal thing that's going on. It might deal with I don't know. But I can't wrap my finger around it because they're acting like they know they'll get away with certain things and they know they'll never be caught. I'm talking about like law enforcement. See, their arrogance will be their downfall. But the wheels of justice turn slow. Who knows? But yeah, with the Richard Allen coming forward like a couple days after, saying that he was there, saying he was wearing the same things. Yep, I look exactly like that guy in the video. The dude files the paperwork. Well, he was an FBI. I guess the FBI filed it wrong, if I'm not mistaken. And then they came with the fort like, oh no, we've investigated already, and it was he did the right thing. Well, if he did the right thing, why was it like in a box for 5 years or whatever? See, they won't even admit when we didn't do it. We Nobody and there's no repercussions. You can literally fuck up a murder case and be like, well, see, we didn't do it. Yeah, you did. No. We protocol. We stuck to it. What protocol? That's what we're dealing with here. And Tony Klein's mother having a purple fucking PT Cruiser, and they've been looking for a purple PT. Come on. And then and they believed the Kleins when the Kleins said, oh, we were in Vegas. They believed them. I don't know if you know this or not, but they didn't even look, okay, yeah, they were in Vegas. Okay, whatever. You got to look into that. Then it took them years. Well, we better backtrack and see if we, huh? Like that. Stupid. And they're still got jobs. And, it's been, well, in February, it'll be 6 years. Of course, now they have someone under arrest. We don't really know. They say they have a bullet that matches his gun. I mean, a defense attorney could be like, well, he let somebody borrow his gun. Oh, we don't know what that guy is. You know what I mean? The defense attorney, come on. It's just, dude, if this goes to trial, he's going to be found not guilty because there's so many mistakes, and it's not, unless they've got something else, unless they've got like a slam dunk, when they raided his house, this Richard Allen guy, maybe they found some evidence. But then a defense attorney will be like, hey, you guys planned it. You're all crooked. You make a mistake. Why? They could throw in doubt. That's what defense attorneys do. Don't you get it? And this attorney he got, Richard Allen, one of them, that's exactly what he did. This other case, it's almost the same thing. There was a bullet with evidence that he got it thrown out. So if that's all they're going by, dude, he's going to get that thrown out. He's a good defense attorney, I guess. I mean, at least he's average and he's competent. That's what's going to happen. This defense attorney is going to go in there and just for weeks on end bringing up mistakes and putting him on the stand, and it's going to look bad. It's going to look bad. Unless they've got, again, even if they've got something, there's so many mistakes. They're going to come, there's going to be a discovery period where they're going to go after some of these people. They're going to go after, there's stuff in people's personal lives they don't want people to know about. Guess what? People are going to know. And that's probably, I guarantee you right now, the prosecutor is probably, they've already got the pick for a plea. They're already probably doing it. Because see, they can't, see, they're dumb. And this prosecutor that's doing this, he was a defense attorney, man. And he's a crony from local. And then his assistant is the ex-mayor who's never done anything besides be the mayor. And, and just listen to him. Look at him. Come on. I mean, it's a shit show. It's embarrassing that people can walk through life and have good paying jobs and be like, no, just mouth breathing fools. And then people follow them like the Pied Piper. Idiots. Idiocy is what we're dealing with. A confederate of dunces. They're dunces, man. A confederacy of dunces. I mean, like a whole team of them. Like a battalion element of dunces. That's what we're doing. These defense attorneys, and they're probably going to get other defense attorneys and people, they're going to eat him alive. Those prosecutors, they're going to be ate up. And they're going to bring in evidence about their personal lives and stuff. It's going to get nasty. They already probably are like, oh my God. Because they're acting like oh yeah, see, we got to, even if they do, say if they found something in this guy's house, like some really good evidence, come on. They've already made so many mistakes, which they've admitted to. There's so much corruption also. They're going to bring this stuff up. Well, it's going to be thrown out. I mean, you got to see that. I mean, huh? Pardon me. And I said a while back, months ago, that I think that like the district attorney on this case, the new one, he's got some kind of illness. He's sick. And sure enough, when they did the press conference after they reached out, he looks totally different. He's swelled up. He don't look the same. Him and Tobe look like they've been at the fucking tanning bed, like the same tanning bed. They look kind of like like they have Hep C or something. Vanity. See, that's a tell. Opening on camera. Let me get some sun. So let's say they didn't go to the tanning bed. Maybe they went to Florida before. That's see. And Tobe's speech when he was like a sermon. Dude, they're gonna like you. They're gonna eat these people up. These offense are gonna, That's what they do. They look for, all you have to do is a little doubt. Put a little doubt in the juror's mind. Well, there's going to be a lot of doubt. It's going to be on and on and on and on. It's going to, yeah. I know that the prosecutor is scrambling right now. Even if they were confident first, like maybe they did find something. Or maybe, again, people plant shit. There's something else going on with this case. I don't even know what it is, but something is not right. Something behind the scenes, something higher up. It's coming. Maybe they're using this as I don't know, but I have a feeling that this might not be solved, and then they're going to seal it so nobody knows. They better be worried that this shit's going to be thrown out of court. I'm talking about the prosecutor better be thinking about that. Because the defense attorney, that's what he did in another case. It was almost the same thing. A bullet was used, and he got that thrown out. Hopefully not. Hopefully I'm wrong. But man, my gut is telling me that this is just more of the same. Pantomiming, staging. They're talking about staging. What about after? That's another thing. It's like, they were staging during the murder. What about the staging after in the investigation? There's been a lot of staging. It's like Hollywood, like theater, how they're staging this stuff. That's what people do. These certain people I was talking about in their little secret groups, that's what they do. They're fucking idiots. A lot of you aren't going to be able to figure this out. Get it? Because, again, we've all been sheep dipped. We've all been lulled into this kind of thing where we're supposed to believe certain people when it's all just like, man. And I've lived a little bit more life than most people. So it's like, I'm in my 50s. I can read this kind of shit. I've done more stuff. I've been around criminal people that are in power. Okay? And these people they're not even good at what they're doing. They're doing like the low hanging fruit, man. They're just doing like the laziest shit you could do as far as like corruption. They're not even smart about it. And then they're like bumbling idiots, like bumping into each other. And it's sad. Again, pray for Abby and Libby. Pray for their families. Pray for law enforcement. Not all law enforcement is bad. I'm pro law enforcement, so don't think I'm not like, we need law enforcement. We need proper, good law enforcement, though. And I don't think this is good. Hopefully, I'm wrong. Hopefully, maybe they'll find that dude in black. Maybe Richard Allen was walking muddy and bloody down the road. Who knows? People can come forward with testimony. Come on. Maybe it wasn't a purple PT Cruiser that they saw that coincidentally Tony Klein's mother owned at the time. This should be old hat. They should have already done this. Then they're acting like, look at us, look what we did. Come on. You had this like the first week. Or did they? I think they did. And there's, how many purple PT Cruisers are around that area? That would be easy to do. You go to the DMV and run come on, man. Simple stuff. A monkey could figure it out. I guess not around there. No. See, we're too busy. God knows what they're doing in their personal life. And at work. Like busy work. Yeah, look how busy I am. See, I'm filing these papers wrong. Filing the paper wrong. A clerical error. That's why it took 5 years to get Richard Allen, this guy they arrested for. Gosh, shit. And why hasn't anybody stepped forward? Why hasn't anybody? They're like, oh, everything's fine. Everything's normal. Sad. So I'll quit ranting like a madman, but it frustrates me. And that's why I haven't been talking about this case, because it's just so fucking stupid. And I hate to say that, not about the families or anything. It's just, it drives me crazy. It's a shit show. And that's why I don't talk about it that much. I'm not a true crime podcaster in the first place. But every once in a while, I have to dip my beak and, rant about it because it pisses me off. It affects us all. because it's not just that little town; it's everywhere. Big cities, small town, it's everything. So I do this every day. And also, please like, share, and subscribe if you want to support the channel, which you do. It's in the information, it's in the description for Zelle. Zelle's an app. It's simple and easy. Boom, there you go. But I'll be back tomorrow. Maybe not necessarily rant about the Delphi, but hey, you never know. I love y'all. Be blessed. Cheers.